Okay, by 7:10 we can start the class, guys. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Daily it is not the same. Like every weekend, it is not the same. By 7:05 we will start it. But this is the third class, so probably I will wait for a couple of more minutes. By 7:10 we can start it. Okay. All right. Fine, guys. So what was the discussion that we have done in the last class? It's all about like how we can create the uh, storage Azure account and what is cloud exactly. Okay, and why we need to implement the cloud into the real time. Okay, there are many things that we have discussed. Okay, at the same time, we have also seen how to create the account, how to get the free credits, and what type of subscription methods we have. Okay, and what type of subscriptions we have, and what is a subscription. Okay, so what is the best subscription in order to practice the classes? Okay, I have discussed it, right? Okay, so anyone having any questions, guys? Whoever late joined, any hurdles with the account creation? Guys, anyone having any questions or anything?
not for me.
Okay, all right. I'm taking a silence, guys. If you are keeping a silence, then I feel that nothing, no doubts. Okay, all right. Going further, let's see how we can. Okay, so this is Azure page. So once you logged in with your credentials, probably you can see your Azure account like this. Okay, then what you have to do, then come here, and we have done the settings, right? So how we can uh, make our Azure portal as more visible, and according to your requirement, how we can do the changes like themes, language, and your information and startup view, how you want to see your startup view and themes. Okay, it's up to you guys. So what theme you want to keep it, and what is your feasibility? Based on that, you can choose it. Okay, so and also we have, I have explained about the favorite bar, right? This favorite bar, it is very useful in case something that you want to go with the frequently created services, and you want to add it in the favorite bar, so that it can quickly take you through the that particular service. Okay, so subscriptions also, we have talked about the subscriptions, right? We have basically 4 types of subscriptions: free, enterprise, student, and we have a pay as you go subscription. Okay, so this enterprise licensing model is only applicable for the organizations, okay, who are running with the it is a bulk kind of purchasing model. So where you can, if you want to get this subscription, you have to run an organization. Okay, then free subscription is applicable for the person who has signed up with credit or debit card. They will get it for $200 credit into their account. This credit must be used within 30 days. After 30 days, whatever the $200 credits, it will be expired automatically. So better, once you are ready to practice, then only you can create this account and sign up with the credit card. Okay, and there is an option called pay as you go subscription. This will generate the monthly bills. So once you are cleared the monthly bills, it will keep on generating, or you can, it is kind of a postpaid, guys. Okay, so how are you going to check what is your subscription method, subscription model? Just go to the subscription, type the subscription. Now mine is a pay as you go subscription. So for this, every month it will generate a bill, okay, based on the practice. So this was the last bill which I have generated. So I have cleared this bill. Okay, after I cleared this bill, so now again it has generated 51 rupees of bill. It is in INR. Got it? So why this much of bill was generated? What services I have utilized? So did I mistakenly done something kind of thing? Okay, everything you can check it from the cost by the resources. So what is this cost by the resources? If you observe here, click on the details. Okay, just observe. In central India, it has generated 46 rupees, and East US, it was generated only 3 rupees, something like this. It has created a bill. Got it? So where it has generated, so what is that account, what is the service type, everything you can choose it. So what is the service type? It is a database. For the database whichever I have created, for the database I have to pay 51 rupees. Got it? Okay, so this is a test database. For the test database, I have to pay 22 rupees. For this is test one, this is test database, 22.89 rupees. Like this, it has generated a bill. So earlier month it was almost 1.17k, almost 1,770 rupees. I cleared it. Okay, so how it will be? It will be auto debit from your account. So mine is a debit card. From the debit card, it will be auto generate, auto uh, debit from my account. They will notify you. You have to maintain the sufficient balance in your account. So if it is a credit card, you no need to maintain the sufficient balance. Okay, the credit limit should be there. Got it? At any time, if you feel that I don't want this subscription, okay, which is unnecessarily, I'm getting the bill or kind of, if you have any kind of such situation, so you can simply cancel this subscription. Got it? So that you won't get any bill. Okay, fine. This is about the subscription, guys. Subscription is very, very, very important. So without a subscription, you cannot create any service in Azure. Okay,
Vishal, can you repeat again, please?
which one?
Cost and cancellation.
Okay, yeah. So when you go to your subscription, so when you want to check what exactly the bill was generated and why the bill was this much, okay, so it will give the forecast is nothing but if you continue with the services in the same pattern, this is going to be your bill. That is forecast. Forecast is nothing but estimation. Okay, they project your bill forecasting. So if you use
Monthly.
correct, got it. And this is the current bill which I have generated. Almost you can if you can um, if you can addition all these things, you will get almost 22 22 44 45
50 rupees.
44 almost 55 rupees. Okay, 51 or 55 rupees it will come.
This is for which period, Vishal? 51
uh
rupees.
this is for the period. If you want to see the period, just go up, it will give the information. See, 10/10/2022 to 11/9/2023. Okay, every month it will generate. So suppose if I subscribe this pay as you go today, what is your period? It will start by today. Today is 28 and next month 27th is your 1 month period.
Okay. So bill cycle is for 1 month for the pays you go.
Yeah, pay as you go subscription.
So what the
Okay.
subscription we have taken in this?
It is pay as you go. On the top you can see it is second tab. So every month the bill will be generated and we have to clear the bill.
Exactly.
No, but what the subscription you have taken?
That's what I told, right? My subscription is pay as you go. Here you will able to see clearly, right? In the subscription method, we have 4 subscriptions, right? Free, pay as you go, enterprise, and student. So you must belongs to either one of the subscription, correct? So why I am using pay as you go? There is a reason behind it, right? So I used to teach many batches. So free subscription, it is only one time in your life, right? So that account got expired already. So then what is the next way, or what is the next thing that I can do? I can simply convert into pay as you go. So I cannot purchase the enterprise license, right? It is designed for the organizations, not for individuals. And the student subscription also not applicable for me because I am not a student. Okay, in order to get the student subscription, again you have to give the university mail ID. We have seen it right in the first class. I have shown it. So just try to click on it. It will take you through the.
No, my question is different.
No.
As a
Yeah,
pay as you go to, this is a minimum subscription charges. But after that, we have choose some services like DB and some more services.
mm,
Then their charges will be again.
mm. Yeah,
It
please
is
continue. Yeah.
uh, it is a per services base also, na.
Correct only.
So this
So pay as you go is something that, okay. So I will take the best example where you can correlate.
okay.
1 second. Okay. So suppose I'm using a mobile like a Geo prepaid. Okay. So what will happen in the prepaid? So you will first do the recharge. So based on that, you will get the services. Correct. Suppose
Correct.
I utilize 1.5 GB per day or 2 GB per day or 3 GB per day. After 3 GB, what will happen, guys? You cannot use anymore. So then again, you have to go on recharge. Correct.
Correct.
So, but when you utilize the postpaid, what will happen? With the postpaid, you can, they will give some limit. Okay. like
Yeah.
5,000 or 10,000 based on your usage, or if it is a corporate account, so what they don't restrict anywhere, right? So you can use the data continuously, and monthly the bill will be generated, correct? So once you clear the bill, then only they will release the next month quota, right? If you don't clear the bill, they will stop, or they will suspend the services, right? And the same pattern, this will also will work. So right now it has generated a bill. This is not the minimum bill kind of thing, guys. This is the bill which was generated. What were the services that I have created, or what were the services that I have shown to the students? For that only the bill was generated. If I keep this account simply idle, it won't generate any bill.
So
Got it?
what the services you have taken? I think 4 services.
Yeah. These are the databases. Test is a database. Test one is a database. Again, test is a database. I've created different databases like Azure databases in cloud. Okay, for that only the bill was generated. If you want in detail information, okay, cost analysis, each and every service also it will show. So what was your cost? So if you want to download the invoice also, you can download the invoice. Everything it will available, guys. Okay. See, SQL database. Got it?
Yeah.
So like this, it will give the information of each and every service. If you want to see by resource group name, or if you want to see by the database, or if you want to see by the tier, or if you want to see the billing period, okay, everything it will give the information.
Means 400 to 500 per month, near about.
Because I try to create all the services, right? That is a bill. So if you maybe you don't have this much of usage, or if you have also, how we can minimize? Post a practice, you have to delete whatever you have created. That I am going to show you anyhow. Okay. All right. Now everybody is clear with the subscription, right? Okay. Then later, once you have a valid subscription, then there is a hierarchy. You have to follow the same hierarchy. So once you have a valid subscription, then it require a resource group. Okay. Without resource group, you cannot create any resources in Azure. So what is this resource group exactly, and why we need a resource group? Okay. Resource group is nothing but it's a logical container that holds related resources for an Azure solution. Okay. That is simply holding the related resources for an Azure solution. This is just a logical object. It does not contain any data. Okay. Resource group, it's a logical container. It does not contain any data. Just it is holding the related resources information. That's it. Got it? So it's a logical representation of the objects. Okay. And without a resource group, you cannot create any service in Azure. First, you must have a valid subscription. Under a valid subscription, you will have a resource group. Under a resource group, you can create any service. I hope everybody is clear.
Yes.
Okay. So then how we can create a resource group in a Azure? Let's have a look on it. Just go here and just type a resource group. Okay. You can create a resource group. So now it is a pay-as-you-go subscription. By default, it will choose it, and resource group name. So this resource group name, you can choose or you can create appropriate name. Okay. Suppose how we can in real time, how we can use this resource group name as, suppose By seeing this resource group name, I can easily understand that it is a resource group name that is belongs to some X region, or this is a resource group which is created for production services, or this is a resource group which is created for development services, or this is a resource group which is I have created for the UAT services, so that it will be easy for me to identify that, or it is easy for me to, by seeing this resource group, I can easily understand. Got it? So the reason why always you must have to give a valid or kind of a um, standard. Okay, what organizations may follow, they will follow their own standards. Correct? So in order to, by seeing that name, you everybody can understand it is belongs to some X region related resource group. Okay, so now I try to create this resource group in a India. So let me keep the name as test servers, whichever I'm going to create in this resource group name, test underscore India. Got it? Okay. And look, region is something that, what is the region? This is very, very, very important. Okay, let's have a look on it. Region is nothing but it's a data center. Okay, what is a region? Okay, so what is a region? So region is a it's a data centers. It's a combination of data centers deployed within a latency defined perimeter. Okay, so what is this region exactly? It is a combination of data centers deployed within a latency defined perimeter. So what is this latency defined perimeter means? So they want to suppose, so how the region will work. Let's have a look on it. So this is the diagram where you can understand easily about the region. Let's have a look. So across the world, Azure is having 50 plus regions. So region is nothing but it's a data center, guys. It's a combination of data centers. It is not only one data center. There might be inside that region, they might have many data centers. Okay. Now we will get a doubt. So what is a data center? Maybe everybody knows this, but maybe if you, they might have this question. So let me clear what is a data center. Okay. So this is like a data center, guys. Okay. This is inside the data center. If you want to see outside the data center, how it could be. Okay. So this is, it will looks like this. Okay. This is kind of a data center. And this is all the cablings. Okay. And these are the air conditioning. Okay. Power, everything they will manage. See how they will cool the systems. Always the server should be, it should be in a cool position, right? Otherwise it will get hung. All right. Okay. So that is from the external or outside the data center. So when you observe inside the data center, it will looks like this, guys. Okay. These we call it as a racks. Okay. This we call it as a racks. So inside the racks, they will place all the servers. Everything is called server. One server, one server, one server, like this. Okay. These are physical servers. Got it? These are physical servers. So what they do in each physical server, they will divide into multiple virtual servers. Okay, one physical server can be divided into multiple servers. That each server we call it as a virtual machine. Okay, VM we call it as a virtual machine. In the short form, VM. Got it? So why they divide each physical server into multiple VMs? So what is the reason for it? Because suppose my requirement is very simple. I want 1 GB of RAM, one vCPU, correct? And with 100 GB storage. That is fine for me according to my requirement. So that Azure can provide it to you. Okay, how they are providing? This suppose this physical machine will come up with suppose 128 vCores. So they don't discuss with you. So how many vCores it is, how many that is. Okay, they don't discuss anything with you. Okay, how much you want, just go and utilize. That's it. Okay, it is coming with 128 vCores and 256 GB of RAM. Okay, in that I want only what is my requirement? Only 1 GB RAM and 1 vCPU here. But what happened here? It is 128. How they are giving from this 128 vCores? They will do the virtualization. Each server can be divided into multiple servers. That each server we call it as a VM. Okay, that is a different story again, guys. Okay, it is again a kind of separate course. So when you are a Windows guy, you can learn this virtual machine, VMware. So how we can divide the servers? Well, there is an algorithm to divide the services. Okay, that's a different part. We don't require all of this. Got it? I hope everybody gets some points, right? What is a virtual machine? Okay, how they are allocating. All right. So this is basically what I want to say from this entire. So this is a data center. Inside the data center, you will have a racks. This we call it as a rack. In one rack, they will place many. They will place many servers. Okay. This each server will be connected through a cabling. If you observe here, there is a yellow lines, right? This is a networking. So these are connected each other with a network. Got it? Okay. So this is one data center which is in central India. Suppose take an example. In central India, there is no rule for it has only one data center. It might have a many
Sir,
data
VM
centers.
is created inside this or anywhere else?
Sorry.
Virtual machine is created inside this server.
Yes. This physical machine will be divided into multiple virtual machine. From that virtual machine, they will assign one of the virtual machine, whichever you have required.
Okay.
Got it? So we'll discuss on the virtual machine part. So how we will create a virtual machine, how the virtual machines will be created. That part we'll see. So right now, just what you want to understand from this is what
Sir,
is a
on-premises data center is also like same or it is
yeah,
different?
on-premise also will looks like same, but everything you will manage here in the on-premise. But in the cloud, you no need to worry of your data center. So what is the data center, your maintenance, data center maintenance, everything will be taken care by cloud. Got it?
Okay.
So
Thank
only what you have to observe. So you should know how to create service and how to use the service. That's it in Azure. Okay, let's move on. Fine. So now basically region is nothing but it's a combination of data centers which are in a defined perimeter. Okay, defined low latency perimeter, which is nothing but the data centers are, it might be into the same region with multiple data centers. All right. Okay. So across the world, Azure is having 50 plus regions and which are covering up almost 140 plus countries. This is very, very, very important. Now they have increased these regions. I think it is almost 58 and covering up almost 160 plus countries. This is a older diagram. Okay. but no one will not ask you how many regions and all. Okay, so just you can remember it is almost 50 plus regions, and which is covering up almost 140 plus countries in the world. So how they are covering up 140 plus countries with the 50 regions? So this is again a very important. Just try to observe. Okay, so I'm taking example of India. Okay, this is India. Okay, so in India we have three regions, correct? West India, Central India, and South India. Three regions. Okay, so now how they are covering up 140 plus countries across the world with 50 regions. That is very important. Okay, so now just try to observe in India. Okay, uh, if you observe the maps, okay, India, uh, uh, next to India, there are many countries surrounded by India, right? Okay, if you have some kind of knowledge, map kind of knowledge, okay, just observe. This is Sri Lanka. This is country called Sri Lanka, right? And here there are few countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, okay, Nepal, Bhutan. We have Bangladesh, correct? We have Maldives here, correct? There are many countries surrounded by India, 7 to 8 countries, and here it is a China, right? Okay, so now my point is very simple. So if Sri Lanka, any customer or anyone from Sri Lanka, they want to deploy their services or they want to keep their services in Azure, so they can choose the region as South India. Why? Because Azure cannot, or Azure will not go and deploy the data center into Sri Lanka. That is not possible. Why? Because Sri Lanka is a small country, correct? So to go and invest into this small country, it will be kind of very burden to the Azure, right? Okay, that's the reason why they are not implement or they are not deploy their data center into Sri Lanka. But Sri Lanka, anyone from Sri Lanka, they want to utilize Azure services. So what they can choose the region as South India, correct? Hello, because that is very near to Sri Lanka. South India is very near to Sri Lanka. Got it? So like this, the Azure is covering up almost 140 plus countries across the world with these many data centers. Got it? And if anyone from Afghanistan, okay, or Kazakhstan, there are many countries near to India. So if Afghanistan guy, they want to create a Azure services, so what they can choose the location as West India, because West India is near to Afghanistan, correct? They can deploy their services into West India. And there is a country called Bangladesh, okay, which is near to Central India. So when a guy from Bangladesh want to deploy the services to Azure, they can choose the region as Central India, because Central India is very near from Bangladesh. Got it? Like this, they can choose the appropriate region. So region is very, very important. So without a region also, you cannot create any services in the Azure. So what is the purpose of the region? So the region is nothing but it's a combination of data centers which are deployed in a latency defined perimeter. Okay, they are connected to each other through a dedicated regional low latency network. So these regions are connected. Okay, these regions are connected uh, through a dedicated low latency network. It ensures that these will have, or these will give the best performance to the end user. Got it? So obviously, what is the final goal of the cloud provider? They have to give good service and at the same time good performance to the end user. If you feel that the performance is not good, or when you try to create any service and it is taking more time, will you try to create, or will you try to use that service anywhere? No, right? I hope everybody is relating this thing. Okay, suppose if you want to book your tickets, okay, suppose if you are using any web-based application, all right, so when you go for the first time and you try to book the tickets and it has encountered some problem, okay, so one or two times maybe you will excuse, you feel that because of your bad network or some issues that application is not working. Then later you are encountering the same problem again and again and again. So then what do? You will simply uninstall the application and you try to use some other application which is giving the good performance. Correct? Hello, everybody is understanding?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
In the same way, Azure or Microsoft, they will make sure that their regions, okay, should give the best performance always. That's what they want to highlight here. This design ensures that Azure services within any region offer the best possible performance and security. So if they give the bad performance, what will happen? That's what I told the story, right? No one will not use. Okay. So now everybody understand what is the region, right? Okay. Now choose the appropriate region when at the time of creation the resource group. So why I'm taking this much of time to explain the region? Because every time whatever we create the service, the region is mandatory. So without a region, so how the cloud will come to understand, or how the Microsoft will come to understand where you have to put your services, correct? So there are a number of regions throughout the world. So which region that you want to deploy, correct? So we have Central India, we have West India, South India, we have Central US, West US, okay? And if you count all of these, it could be more than 50. Got it? We have in Japan, China, South Africa, Southeast Asia, okay, and few other countries, UAE, UK West, UK East, North Europe, okay, Germany, Switzerland, like many countries, okay. If you want to see the entire list, just come here and go one by one. All right, fine. I have chosen Central India. Let's review and create. Okay, now I have a valid resource group with the valid subscription. Then I can create any service in Azure. Okay, then let's move to the next topic, that is uh 1 second guys. Okay, so now I hope this one I have discussed or not yet. If not yet discussed, I will discuss this topic. Okay, all right, I haven't discussed, right? Anyone having any
No, no,
idea?
no, no, no. You discussed that.
I discussed, right?
Yeah.
The differences between IaaS and PaaS model, what is cloud is offering. So what as a SQL DBA you have to work on most of the times. I have discussed, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a discussion before. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So cloud is offering two models, PaaS, IaaS, and SaaS model. So in the SaaS model, from the SQL side, we don't have any services to create. Okay. As a SQL DBA, I'm talking. And in general, we have many services in SaaS model. We have Teams, Outlook. There are many features available in the Azure. Correct? Fine. So then Mostly we'll work on the PaaS model and IaaS model. So what is in PaaS model? We have, it has two models. One is single DB model and elastic DB model and managed instance model. So in the single or elastic DB model, so why we call it as a single or elastic DB model, we'll see that. Okay, so each database is associated of its own resources is called single DB model, and in elastic DB model, a group of resources can be shared the resources, that is called elastic DB model. So in single or elastic DB model, there is no windows. Okay, directly I can create the SQL services. On top of that, I can create the database. Okay, so you are eliminating the part of windows. All right, and at the same time, there is no concept of SQL agent as well. Okay, and it won't support for the cross queries. That is one part. Okay, and your managed instance also, it is very similar to your Azure DB model. So here, what are the advantages and disadvantages with the managed instance? It is also doesn't contain the windows. Okay, it is also not having the windows. It will support the SQL agent, and at the same time you can run the cross queries. So what is cross query? What is how we can run the cross queries? Let's have a look on it. Okay, and your IaaS model, it will be similar like as your on-premise model. What you have to do? So you have to create your virtual machine. On top of that, you can install the SQL server. That's how it will work. Okay, let's go with the single DB model first. Okay, so in single DB model, Azure is offering, it is offering two types of, it is classified into two types. One is DTU based model, and second one is vCore based purchasing model. So what is a DTU? Let's have a look. DTU stands for database transaction unit, which is combination of CPU, memory, IOPS. Okay, CPU, memory, IOPS together is called DTU model. DTU stands for database transaction unit. So you cannot increase individual resources such as a memory or CPU. So I cannot increase, guys. Okay, if I want to suppose 100 DTUs, I want, what is DTU and all, we'll see. Okay, so if I want 100 DTUs or 50 DTUs or 5 GB of RAM, no, sorry, I cannot do it. So it's a combination together. If you want to increase the memory, yes, or if you want to increase the CPU, you have to increase the DTU count. Okay, however, you can increase the number of DTUs to increase the resources for the Azure database. Simply they are telling, if you want to increase the Azure resources, what you have to do, you have to simply increase the DTUs. That's it. Okay, this solution is suitable for the clients who look for a predefined resource configuration with a balanced CPU, memory, and IOPS. Okay, so what is this solution is recommended for the clients who look for predefined resource configuration. So I know that this much of resources are required for my project. Okay, and this much of RAM or memory, that is sufficient, correct? So for them, this type of model is very useful. So Azure is providing basic, standard, and premium service tiers for the different range of compute plus storage. You can easily migrate to another service tier. However, it requires minimal downtime during the switchover period. That is a different part. We'll see first. So what is DTU based model? Correct? Okay. So DTU is offering three types of models: basic, standard, and premium. Basic is what is a basic? Okay. It is coming up with maximum limit of 2 GB storage and along with 5 DTUs. Okay, along with 5 DTUs, it is coming up with 2 GB of storage, that is maximum capacity. Okay, so when you compare the same thing with the standard model, it is coming up with 1 TB of storage maximum with 3000 DTUs, and for the premium, it is coming up with 4 TB of storage with maximum of 4000 DTUs. Got it? So there is a backup retention that is 7 days, and here it is 35 days in the standard and premium. Got it? Okay. So IOPS, what is IOPS? Okay, input output per second. So nothing but reads and writes. Okay, so 1 to 4 IOPS per DTU. Here also the same. Here it is less than 25 IOPS per DTU. So it means that you will get a kind of good performance in the premium DTU based purchasing model. All right, let's go and try to do the practice with the DTU based model. So in order to create any service, what is the mandatory thing that we have? The first is a valid subscription. Under the valid subscription, you must have a valid resource group name. So under the resource group, you can create the resources. It could be application resource, or it could be database related resource, or it could be a middleware, or it could be networking related, anything storage related, anything that you want to create, you have to follow the same hierarchy. So hierarchy is very important. So just 1 or 2 times, if you read this article, probably you can understand easily. Okay. All right. So just go here and type SQL virtual machines. So this is a frequently used service, right? So then what you can do, go to all services and type SQL virtual machines. Okay. And you can, either if you want, you can add it to the favorite bar, or if you don't want, then you can simply remove from the favorite bar. Got it? See, if I removing, just try to observe the things. These are going to be disappear from the favorites. If you want again, you can add it. SQL databases, or virtual machines, virtual networks. Okay. Azure SQL servers, Elastic pools, SQL managed instances. Okay, like this, you can choose whichever you want. Okay, so suppose I want to, right now I want to use SQL virtual machines, right? This is in the bottom. Okay, I can move it to the top. You can adjust it, guys, according to your requirement. So I can move here, top. I can keep it in very top. So next, second place, third place, like this I can keep wherever I want. Okay, so when I click on this, directly it will take me through the service creation. Okay, so when you create on the SQL virtual machines, it will take you through these 3. Okay, these are the 3: single DB or Elastic DB, managed instance, and IaaS model. Observe, guys, SQL databases, single DB, Elastic DB, this is one part, and managed instance. Okay, these 2 comes under, these 2 will comes under which model? Anyone having?
Pass mode.
Okay, pass model. Okay, this is comes under.
Sir, this is SQL virtual machine means already they have installed the OS and the storage requirements.
No. I'm going to select everything, whatever I required.
Okay, then what is the meaning of SQL virtual machine?
In the SQL virtual machine, so they simply given like this, name as SQL virtual machine. In that they are offering PaaS and SaaS models, so PaaS and IaaS models.
Okay, IaaS model is that SQL
This
virtual
one,
machine.
this one.
Everything we have to build.
Yeah, everything you have to build. This is
Okay.
IaaS model.
Sir, when we go for the SQL database, then we must have to choose that SQL virtual machine.
Yes, exactly. Or else it
Okay.
directly, if you know the service name directly, you can directly, you don't need to come here. I will show you that part. So why I'm showing initially, so I want to explain what we are going to discuss. So if you know directly SQL database, or you can type simply, just come to all services, SQL database. Directly I can create. I don't need to go to the SQL virtual machines. Then I have to choose a single DB, or that is different part. Correct? I can directly choose from here. I know if I know that.
So
But
this SQL database and MS SQL Server both same or different?
both are same.
Okay. There is no concept in Azure SQL Server database.
That's what I'm explaining right now, right? So
Okay.
so whatever we are discussing, it is related to SQL Server only. Okay. But what I'm trying to correlate with the on-premise model. So when you compare with on-premise model, there is these many concepts, right? So if in order to build my SQL Server, so it must have a Windows server, and that Windows server, it will come up with the OS, right? Then later that on top of that, I can build the SQL Server. Okay, then Windows team, before I install the SQL Server, Windows team can allocate the storage, right? Are you getting my point? So for data drive, one disk, for log files, one disk, MDB one files, and backups you will keep in one drive. Correct? So who is assigning those drives? Windows team. Here there is no Windows team concept. In IIS model, you are the DevOps guy. You will create the Windows server. On top of that, you will install the SQL. On top of that, you will assign the disks. Everything you will do. We'll see that part, how we can do it. Clear, everybody? As of now, understand?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, what is the problem? Okay. So in single DB model, you don't have the Windows. Okay. We'll see what is the Windows and why, how the Windows is eliminated. Let's see that part. Okay. So now, so if you know directly, you can just go and create it. And if you don't know and you want to go like step by step, just type SQL virtual machine so that it will clearly give the information. So create a SQL virtual machine, and then it will ask you, so which one you want to create? You want to go with the IAS model or PAS model? Correct? It's a kind of like when you are more experienced, right? Directly you will go. Understand? So when you are in the basics, then what you have to do? You have to go in a certain process, right? So that only you can understand. So this is kind of a basics. So when you go like this, you will understand very easily, or even you can correlate. Correct? So I can, if you want, I can quickly go. I can do because I am experienced, right? I don't need to come here, or I don't need to do all these things. I can directly go here, and I can, else from the search bar only, I can go SQL database and I can create it. Correct? So first you just go with like this SQL virtual machines. Then it will show you what are the Azure is offering. So it is having single database or elastic DB model. Okay. And here it is managed instance, and it is SQL virtual machines. Okay. Got it? Everybody understand? Then we'll move. Okay. Don't hurry, guys. In the basics, I don't go in a faster manner, because everybody has to understand, right? Basics are very important.
So we have to like choose the SQL databases and SQL management instance both, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it? So now I want to create single database model. So single database model, create. All right. Fine. Then it require a resource group. I have a resource group name, right? Test India. Okay. And database name. So what is this database name? Let me give the database name as test. Okay. And it require a server, right? Database server name. Got it? So just observe, guys. This is my SQL server. This is my SQL server. And this is my databases, right? So without a server, can I create a database?
No.
No.
No, right? Why?
Because we need a instance that's mandatory.
We need a
Because data
machine name with
the
instance
combination
name.
of instance and background process.
Correct, right? Here also you need a SQL server, right? 1 second. I think this service code. Okay. All right. So in the same way, like if I want to create any database, so I must have a server, right? SQL server. So if that server is I have already created, then I can use the same name from the dropdown. If that is not created, you can create on fly. This we call it as a on fly. So what is on fly exactly? So it will prompt for the SQL server creation, and then later again it will come to the database options. Correct? Okay. So just observe, guys. Enter required setting for the server, including providing a name and location. This server will be created in the same subscription and same resource group as your database. Correct? All right. This server name, it should be unique. Got it? This server name should be unique. If someone is already using this name, then you cannot use the same name. Okay? It is a universal. Everybody can try to deploy their SQL server into the Azure model. So it is coming up with the default name. Okay. So if someone is already using this name, so suppose what I can correlate this option, I will correlate like Gmail. Okay. So suppose if I go and try to create one account in Gmail, so what Gmail can say, if I use Vishal name, vishal@gmail.com, can I able to create it?
No.
No. Why?
Because it's already exist.
Maybe someone, there might be n number of Vishals, right? So someone may already use your account. Then what you have to do? Then you will give your date of birth or 1903 or some other number. You will keep some random numbers, correct? So then it may allow. Got it? In the same way, here also in the Azure model, Azure single DB or Elastic DB model. So whatever the service that you want to create or whatever the SQL server name that you want to create, it is a universal. Got it? It is not only created for you. Azure database is not only created for you. It is created for all the persons who want to create their service in Azure. It's a universal. So now if I give simply test, this test name server, someone is already using, right? Got it? Someone may already use this name already in use. So you may feel that I haven't created the test server, but why this is giving the name, giving the error as someone is server name is already in use. Okay, this is not only for you, it is for the person whoever is using the Azure, this is universal name, correct? So there is a chance of someone may created this test name, right? Okay, so let me put it as test1. Test1 also it won't take, because already some persons will use test1, right? Test2 it won't take. Okay, so I will pick some random numbers. Yeah, this specified name is available. Okay, and then if I use some special characters, or if I use some kind of capital letter, capital test, it won't accept. Okay, there is a restriction applied on the SQL server name. What that restriction? Let's observe. Server should not contain reserved characters or reserved words. Okay, what are the reserved words? I will tell you. If I use Azure, so Azure is a reserved word, right? This is Azure or Microsoft. If I use Microsoft, this is again a reserved word, right? Correct. So these reserved words you cannot use. If I use sample also, sometimes sample also it won't take. Yeah, sample is not a reserved word, it will take. Okay, or SQL, it will take. Okay, if any that is related to the Azure, okay, those are reserved words. It won't allow the reserved words. Okay, so now what name I want to keep? SQL 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, so and it won't allow the hyphens. Okay, 2 hyphens also if you try to give, or else underscore also it won't allow. Got it? Okay, and what is the extension for your SQL server is database.windows.net. Okay, it is by default for all the single DB and elastic DB models. Got it? So when you see the name as database.windows.net, then you have to understand that it's a Azure single DB or elastic DB. Okay, so then location, what is the location, which location you have to choose, that part I have discussed already. Okay, let me go with the Central India. Okay, so authentication methods, the Azure is giving two types of authentication methods. One is SQL plus, we call it as a SQL plus Azure Active Directory authentication, and only SQL authentication. Right now I am just going only with the SQL authentication. Later I will discuss what is Active Directory authentication, how the Active Directory authentication will work. Got it? So just go with the SQL Server authentication. Guys, are you following me, or do you have any questions? So while at the time of installation of the SQL Server in the on-premise model, so what you will do, you will choose a different options, right? Correct. So what is the authentication that is required for the server, whether it could be Windows for Windows Plus or SQL authentication, correct? So in Azure model, it is having two authentication types. There is no concept of Windows authentication. Why? So what I told from this diagram, you have to remember. Got it? There is no Windows, correct? Then how the Windows authentication can come into picture? Hello?
Yes, sir, but
Getting the point, right? There is no Windows authentication. There is no Windows server. Okay. Then It will allow only for the
So
SQL
if there is
plus,
no operating system, then how it is working?
sorry,
If there is no Windows operating system, then how it is working?
they will manage in the backend. Obviously, the Windows operating system, everything, it would be there in the backend, but they don't show it to you. You feel that you have to feel that it is no Windows. Got
Okay.
it? But practically, definitely it could be Windows Server in the backend, but you cannot see that options and all. Okay. When you are not seeing that options, then what you can say simply, there's no Windows, right? And you no need to worry of the Windows
Yes.
maintenance tasks. Suppose if I build my SQL on Windows Server, that is on-premise model. So first, what is the downtime? It will start. First, Windows team, they will come up and they will say that some security patch got released. They want to apply. Then again, SQL, we will say that SQL patch got released. You have to apply this patch. It's a mandatory or critical patch. You definitely have to apply within 30 days or 40 days. So every time it is a downtime, right? Got it? So here, there is no such concept. You don't see any windows. So how they are managing in the backend, we don't require those and all. So what they have given 99.99% of SLA. With that 99.9% of SLA, I'm creating this service. In case something happened to my service, then Azure is the responsible. If this database goes down or something happened to this database, everything they have to take care. Got it, everybody?
It's a serverless computing, right? You mean to say.
Yeah, kind of.
Push-based mechanism based on on-demand resource may push it to some service, then in backend it will support for this request.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Then click on OK. You must have to choose either one of the admin, server admin. So like how we will use SA, right? In the same way, you have to choose a server admin. Okay. So in on-premise model, you will have a I can create a number of sysadmins, right? Correct. I can whatever the login that I have created, I can make it as admin, sysadmin, so that he can able to perform all kind of activities in the server, right? But here there is no such concept. Okay, you will have only one server admin per server. Got it? We'll see that part in the security. So right now just try to concentrate on the creation of the services. Okay, so I have created it and click on OK. Yeah, this is my server and this is my database. This screen is very important. And what type of workload that you want to use and what is our workload environment, whether it is a development or production. Mine is a development. So elastic pool, still I haven't discussed about the elastic pool. Let's leave about it. Okay, now what is this compute plus storage? This is very important. So what type of compute plus storage that you want to select? Okay, so what I told from this offering DTU based and vCore based model. So let's first concentrate on the DTU based purchasing model. So in DTU based purchasing model, it is offering basic, standard and premium tiers. What is this basic? Basic for the less demanding workloads. Got it? Less demanding workloads. So it is coming up with maximum of 2 GB storage and along with 5 DTU. Got it, everybody? This is DTUs, 5 DTUs it is selecting, and the maximum with 2 GB storage. You cannot increase more than 2 GB of storage. And DTUs are fixed. It is 5 DTUs. All right. So when you choose the standard, Okay, it will come up with minimum of 10 DTUs and maximum of 3000 DTUs. So when you utilize the 3000 DTUs, let's assume the bill. It is almost 4 lakh rupees per month. Everything is per month, guys. It is not for days or something. It is per every month. You can go until 1 TB of storage with 3000 DTUs. If you don't want this much of DTUs, yes, you can reduce the number. I'm sufficient with 200 DTUs. Yes, you can go 200 DTUs with 1 GB of storage. You will get it for almost 40,000. So where is 4 lakhs and where is 40,000? Got it? So choose the right DTU and with the right storage. So what is your project requirement? So if you run your project with 200 DTUs, whether that is sufficient or not. Got it? So if you reduce the 100 DTUs also, you will get it for 1 TB of storage. See, almost 27,000. It is a very minimal number. Okay, it is not only for the DTUs and the data. It is also include the license of the Microsoft, right? Everybody understanding? There is a number of things involved in it. So in order to build your on-premise model, so what is the minimum things that you have to do? First, you have to purchase the server. On top of that, you have to purchase the Windows OS, right? OS also, right now I am using free OS. Okay, this is for my personal laptop. So in the personal laptop, I can download a free kind of OS from the uh, uh, from any source and try to install it. In the real time, can I go and try to install these kind of local OS in the server? No, right? It should be a valid licensed server, right? Hello, everybody is getting my
Yes,
point.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
you have to purchase a server. On top of that, you have to purchase the OS. OS also very costly, guys. Okay, it could be in the thousands for one license. You have to pay a lot. Okay, you have to buy the Windows OS. On top of that, you have to purchase a SQL OS license also. Correct? So there are many factors. So it is trying to eliminate all of these, and it is just coming for the how much? 27,000 per month. Got it? And with 1 TB of storage and with 100 DTUs. So the reason why they are telling it is very budget friendly of. Okay. Then when you go with the premium, it is highest availability and performance. So what it means that your service is always available and it won't go down at any time. Okay. And in case if something happened to your database, and what they do, they will try to arrange the data center zone redundancy. What is this zone redundancy and all? We'll discuss in the virtual machine creation. Right now, just try to observe. So what is the differences between basic, standard and premium model? Okay, so it is coming up with minimum of 120 of 5 DTUs and along with uh, maximum of 4 TB of storage. So in order to utilize the 4 TB, you have to increase the number. See, whenever I am increasing the number, see the storage is also getting increased. So 1750 DTUs with 4 TB, I can get it for 6 lakh. What is the number? 6 lakhs 71,131. Okay. All right. So now if I don't want this many weak cores or DTUs, I can reduce the number 1000 DTUs 1024 and with the bill of 3 lakh rupees. So if you want to minimize again, then go again. You can reduce the number. 500 DDUs, you will get it for 1,83,000, and 250 DDUs will get it for 1 lakh. Okay, and minimum 125, right? So with 125 DDUs and 1 TB of storage, you will get it for 60,000 rupees. Okay. Storage, it is very less price, guys. What is the amount that you are paying for each GB of storage? 37 rupees. If you decrease the price, you will get the price also less. Got it? When you increase the more, then the price also is getting increased.
Sorry for interrupt. My network disconnected. So can you please explain what a DTU?
So DTU stands for Database Transaction Unit. Okay, which is coming up with along with RAM, CPU, and IOPS. Okay, so it is a combo. Got it? So I cannot choose like 5 cores I want, and with 32 GB RAM, something like that. Okay, it is a combo together. So
Okay.
here in on-premise model, what will happen? So I can choose the cores, right? So how many cores I want? Just go to the properties. You can see the process, how many process I want. 8 process or 16 process. At the time of purchasing the server, you will choose how many processors that you want. But in the same way, here all together, like your CPU, RAM, and IOPS, all together is called a DTU.
Okay.
Got it? There is no
Yeah.
individual. It is nothing but combination of CPU, RAM, and IOPS. All right. So now, suppose I have created, you may get it out. So I have created a this DTU model or
This storage size is size of database or like a storage size.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Mohammed, is my
Yeah.
voice is audible, Mohammed? Can you
And
please
now
confirm?
it's audible. It wasn't audible before.
Okay, okay. Till till what was the stopper time? Like what was the
It's like
topic?
last 2 minutes, we didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Okay, in case if you get any voice kind of disturbances or voice is not audible, please you can feel free to chat in the. Okay, all right. Thanks once again. So in the basics, what I have chosen from the basics, so you have to choose the proper subscription. Under that proper subscription, you must have a proper resource group. Once these two checks are filed, then you can able to create any service in the Azure. That is, I'm just trying to create a database in the Azure database model. So that my database name is test and server name should be unique. All right. This server name, what you have to choose. If someone is already using this name in the Azure, then that particular service server you cannot create again. So you should aware all of these points before you create the service in the Azure model. So that's the reason why I have chosen the server name as SQL 23456789, and the location is Central India. You can see in the brackets the location is Central India. Okay, and what kind of environment that is? I am keeping this environment for the development purpose, and in the compute plus storage you have to choose which compute plus storage that you want. So it is offering two models. Right now we have seen DTU based purchasing model, which is of basic, standard and premium. Basic is coming with 2 GB of storage and with maximum of 5 DTUs, and rest of all, like it is coming up with 3000 DTUs with the storage of 1 TB in the standard, and 4000 DTUs along with the 4000 4 TB of storage. This is okay. You have to remember this. This is very important in interview, guys. Definitely they will raise this question in interview. So what is DTU model, and what cloud is offering in the DTU models? So in which scenario the DTU model is very useful. So when you know there is a predefined configuration for the databases, then you can choose the DTU based purchasing model. All right. Then just go default. I'm not going to discuss today the rest of the options. You may get a lot of confused. Okay. Just go with the default things, guys. Default. Okay. Public endpoint also just go with the, you have to allow the Azure resources in order to do it. When you click on the add current client IP address, then only you can able to take the connection to the database. Then go on the next. Okay. This is again very important screen. So what is this important screen? So data source. What is this data source exactly? So if you have already some kind of backups, okay. So from that backup you can do, okay. So this is possible if already some database is available in Azure. From that you can choose, or from that you can restore, okay. So we'll cover up these points in a migration point. So right now, so just go with the none, and collation. You know what is a collation, right? Collation of
Yeah.
the database. You can choose from the collation bar. There is a different collations given by the Microsoft. So when you type SQL, you will see a lot of collisions in the drop down. Okay, SQL there are many collisions, right? So based on your requirement, choose the appropriate collision. This is also again project specified, but the default collision is SQL Latin 1 General CP1 CI AS. That is the default collision. If you don't choose anything, it will deploy it into the default collision. Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
And there is a maintenance window. So what is this maintenance window? Let's have a look on it. So maintenance window is a preferred window which is given by the Microsoft. You have to choose a appropriate maintenance window for every service. Okay, this is a mandatory. So during this maintenance window, what exactly Azure will do? So they try to, if anything that they want to do, okay, with 99.99% of SLA, so that they can apply some kind of patches. Okay, if any Azure region goes down, so during that time they will try to move your services from one region to another region. Okay, so see now, select a preferred maintenance window from the drop down. Please note, during a maintenance event, if they want to do any maintenance to this particular region or this particular server, Azure SQL database are fully available. Okay, what directly or indirectly they are saying, those databases are fully available and accessible. Okay, but some of the maintenance updates require a failover as Azure takes SQL database instances offline for a shorter time to apply the maintenance updates. If database is part of the Elastic pool, the Elastic maintenance configuration will be applied. So what exactly they want to tell you from this screen is, so it is not something that Azure will give the guarantee of 100%. There's no concept of 100%, guys, everywhere. Okay, so what they are telling from this screen, okay, 99.999%. Got it? So when you calculate simple calculation, so what is 99.99%? There is a lot of story behind of it. So when you say 99.99%, doesn't mean that 100%. Okay, still there is a, okay, 99.99% means there is a 0.0001, right? 0.01 plus 99.99. When you add these two, then only it will become 100%, right? There is a gap 0.01. Okay, so if you calculate for entire year, 0.01 into 365. Okay, 3.65. Got it? 3.65. So it means that for the entire year, your database may goes down for 3.65 hours. Got it?
Sorry, can you calculate it again?
Sorry, who is this?
One of your students.
Yeah, hi. So what exactly Azure is trying to saying to you? So I cannot guarantee any service with 100% of uptime. This is uptime. Okay. So no one cannot give 100% guarantee for any service in the entire world. There is no 100% of guarantee, right? Okay. Sorry to say this. So your life is also, my life is also not guaranteed. 100% is not guaranteed, right? So I am not supposed to say this, but let's assume no one cannot give guarantee. If you buy any product, suppose just go and try to buy some product from the anywhere. If you go to hospital or if you go to any organization or if you buy any product, no one cannot guarantee 100%. There is a story behind of it. Why? 100% there is no success rate. Got it? There might be failure. Out of 100, it could be anything, guys. Even though this is applicable for all the manufacturing, all the Azure, everywhere it is applicable. Okay, 99% only they will give. Okay, but Azure is giving 99.99% of SLA. So it means that there is a difference of 0.01 percentage. If you calculate that 0.01 percentage, it is coming up 3.65. Okay, because year is having 365 days, right?
But you
Hello.
multiply with daily hours.
Yeah, you have to multiply with daily hours. Okay, so 365
Into
days.
uh,
Each day will have 24 hours, right? All right, and total
into 0.0
8760.
into
Okay,
0.0 into 0.01.
into 0.01.
87 hours.
Okay, like this. Okay, there is a chance of your service may go down. Not this much time, guys. Okay, this will not come. 87 hours.
No, sometime maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, sometime
Hmm,
no downtime. I think.
correct. Okay, so that's how they play. Got it? So even though you feel that 100% your service may up, but that is not the case. Okay, so that's the reason why they ask you for the maintenance window in case they want to apply some patches to the database. Okay, they want to do it
Sir,
in
if
the
the client asks zero downtime, in that
no,
case, it
guys,
will.
there is no concept of zero time downtime. That's what I'm telling. Even though that is a very critical application. Okay, suppose I will take an example of like Amazon. Okay, so right now Amazon big billion days are going on. So there is no concept of Amazon can be available for 365 days. There is no such concept, guys. Okay, at least they will down their service. Okay, but you cannot notice. Correct. So during that maintenance, what they do probably they can switch over their services to
Lean
one.
hours.
Correct.
Lean hours.
Hmm,
This is for the safer side.
exactly. So during that time, what they do, if any workload is there or they want to do some maintenance, they will do the failover, right, from primary to the secondary. So what we do as a database administrator, right, we do the failover. So during that failover, what will happen? Your connection will last for some time, like 1 or 2 minutes. Then again, it will start. Correct? Hello, everybody is getting my point.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So there is no concept of 100%. There is no concept of zero maintenance, or there is no concept of zero downtime. Okay. Everywhere downtime is there. Even though, so you guys are very familiar with IRCT's application, right? So every day, what is the maintenance window? 11:30 p.m. to 12. The application will not be available. Why? I hope if you are utilizing the IRCT services, you feel that that application is very critical. Okay, everybody can utilize that application, right, in order to book the services. They will, but the maintenance window is there, 11:30 to 12. Correct. So in the same pattern, every application or every database or every service will have a downtime. Got it? So, but that downtime, so they are asking. Okay. So, but they are giving 99.99% of SLA. So how they are achieving. So just observe the note. So during the maintenance window, they will try to do the failover. Okay.
One question, Vishal.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, like IRCTC announced like we have like 30 minutes of like just for downtime. Okay. Yeah, what for other application like Amazon, Flipkart, any other big application in bank related thing? They never announced like any kind of like maintenance will be there and any downtime will be there. So how
Correct.
they just manage? I know why IRCTC only just like announced that there will be downtime.
Correct. So there is a different story behind of it. Okay. So IRCTC it's a maintained by government, right?
Right.
But Amazon, it is maintained by a private organization. So when you compare the service wise, who will give the best service? Is it government sector or private sector?
In private sector.
Correct, right? Everybody agree with the same point. So why?
Okay.
Why? What is the reason? Because in the government sector, all the public money is involved. Correct. So with the public money to run the IRCT site, okay, they will have a n number of things, right? So they have to calculate their revenue, okay, and based on that revenue, how much they can pay or how much money they can ready to pay to the vendor. So right now for Microsoft, Infosys is a vendor. Okay. So based on their agreements or based on their terms and conditions or how much money they are paying to the Infosys will give the best service, right? So at the time of the agreement, they made like that. So every day, half an hour for the maintenance. Okay. So during that maintenance, what they do probably, they will do the archival. So what are the old transactions for the entire day? They will try to push it to the archival database and they will keep the database as empty so that, but by 12 o'clock, once they started doing that database live, again, it will come for fresh. So the reason why it is giving the good performance. Correct.
Yeah, correct. Maybe
So
like that
uh,
time duration, any kind of jobs, anything like just but
yeah,
archiving data will be there, right?
correct.
That will be a
They do
server will
the
be down, right?
archival, they do the maintenance. Okay, all the select queries, right? Select, they write in the backend. Okay, that's big story behind of it. There might be n number of developers involved in that, that algorithm and all. Okay, but overall the functionality is same. Correct. But for the Amazon, if you observe, so during that, when they keep the festival kind of offers or big billion days, this kind of those days, only the load will be very high on the servers. So rest of the times it is normal load, right? And when any service want to take to the life or anything that they want to do some offers kind of thing, they don't directly take the service into the life. Okay, they do a penetration test. We call it as a penetration test. They will push some users, okay, and they test the load whether the servers are really capable to load this much of users. Like this, they do many things in the backend, guys. It is not simple that they directly take the service to the live and then later all the users comes at a time and uh, there is a chance of crash of the network or there is a chance of crashing of the entire site, right? Correct. There are n number of things involved in it. Correct. There is a chance of the hackers can push the some data, right? Hack. They can simply push some users, lakhs of users to this particular site. They can do all of these things, right? Correct. So once they push all of these users at a time to the uh, site, then site goes down. It cannot respond. Okay. So they do all these things. Clear? Okay. So,
Okay.
so the reason why, what you have to understand from each and everything, there is no 100% of uptime for any service. So it could be 99.99%. All right. There is a slight difference, 0.01. With the 0.01, how many hours you may get it? Roughly, you will get it for 3 days. 3 days of downtime, right? With this calculation, 87 hours. See, you feel that what you feel that 99.99% means it is 100% up. But the story behind is, if they take it for your service for 87 hours down, but still you cannot question them. Why? They have clearly given the written communication to you. It is 99.99% only uptime. Got it? If they mention 100% means, then you can fight with them and say that my service is down. What is this? Yeah, okay. All right, Shanmugh wants to say something.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vishal.
Yeah. One
Uh,
second. I just complete it quickly. Then you can.
yeah.
All right. So it doesn't mean that your service is always up and running. Okay. It will go a minimal of downtime with 99.99%. Okay. So you have to choose either a proper maintenance window from the default. So the default maintenance window is 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. So why it is something like this? Because in India, I have chosen the location as India. In India, what are the timings that offices can work? From 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Got it? That's the reason why the downtime is after 5 p.m. See, 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. So if you choose the location as US, then it will give the different downtimes. Got it? Just click on next review, create. Just see the price. It will comes up with 428 INR per month. And so by clicking on this, it is summarize everything. So whatever the options that you have chosen so far, it will summarize everything. If anything that you missed or you want to do it, then go back to that screen and get it selected again and click on create. So once you click on create, it will start with initializing, then submitting and deployment phase. Yeah, Shanmugh, you can.
Yeah, thank you, Vishal. Guys, anyone connected from laptop?
Yes.
Okay, no. Please share your screen. Vishal, you can give access to Anup shared screen option.
Where is the option?
Granted.
Yeah.
Granted.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So guys, I just posted one message, okay, in the Zoom chat. Okay, so just open that one. That is a Google Drive link. So please bookmark that link. So next time onwards, generally, like the issue is we have an issue with the Google Drive. So when even though I'm giving access to you, like the videos are not visible in your Google Drive account. Okay, so that's why what I did is I created a sheet. Okay, and then I just added the videos links in that sheet, right? And every time you have to observe this sheet, you have to monitor this sheet. And whenever classes are completed, I'll create a link in this sheet and you're able to access that link by using your registered Gmail ID. Anup, just open that link.
Yeah, already open.
You don't have access. Check which account you are using.
Sorry?
Check which account you are using, Anup.
Yes, my personal.
1 minute, just 1 minute. Just a minute. What is the account name? Create
Create
Anup,
dot,
huh?
yeah, create dot Anup.
Okay. Alright. Now just refresh it, Anup.
Yes.
Guys, you can see like this. Okay, so bookmark this link. Okay, so next time and all, like again, I don't inform to anyone. Every time automatically videos links will be added to this sheet. Bookmark the sheet. You have to come and check the sheet regularly, and the class links will be added here. Click on the class 1 or class 2 any link on it. So you have to click on that link. So just click on that one. And I guess you should have access. 1 minute. You don't have access. There, just a minute. Guys, you can check, guys, others for those who joined. I can see some of you are already accessing the sheet. So you can just check it once, whether it's working or not. Okay. And right. Now just refresh it, Anup. Refresh it now. Okay, so just go and check the second video, class 2. Go to the first tab. Yeah, click on the second video. Yeah. Okay, automatically, okay, the videos will open like this, guys. Okay, so no need to go and check in your Google Drive, shared with me, spam folders and all every time. So always bookmark the sheet again. So today the class is completed, right? I'll upload the video and I'll give you the access and I'll add the link here. You can directly come and click on the link to watch the videos. Okay, guys, is that fine, everyone?
Yes.
Clear? Guys, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
done.
clear.
Yeah, it's clear. Clear.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you. You can access the videos from this link onwards. Okay, I mean to say from this link. Please bookmark this link every time it will be updated. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Vishal.
Thank you.
All right. So let me share my screen. All right. So whatever the service that you have created, okay, in the Azure, it will go through the 3 phases. The first phase is initializing, then submitting, and final phase is deployment phase. So in the deployment phase, it has 2 things. One is either a successful deployment or failure deployment. So if any service is failure with the deployment, then what you have to do, you have to go and observe what is the error for service deployment got failure. Okay, so what is the reason? Maybe most of the reasons, maybe your subscription got expired or you don't have the enough credits to create the service. Okay, for the free subscriptions you will get these kind of errors. Got it? For you are already belongs to pay as you go, and if you try to create the service and it got failed, so what is the reason? Maybe you haven't cleared the bills, correct? So the reason why they might suspend your services. Got it? And if everything works and still you are unable to deploy any service in Azure, so there might be chance of the Azure region or data center may be down. So how you can come to know that which data center got down and what is the reason for getting it down? There is a option called Azure Health Status. Okay, so from that Azure Health, okay, this is Azure Status. Okay, this Azure Status will be updated by Microsoft for every minute. They will update. Okay, so just observe, guys. In case if any service is down, critical, they will indicate with the cross mark. If that is good, they will indicate with right mark. Okay, this is for information and this is for warning, and NA is not applicable. So now I try to deploy the one of the service that is called Azure DB model. So if you want, you can refresh it for every 2 minutes. That is a default thing. This is for free, guys. Everybody can access this portal. This is absolutely free. Okay, fine. So then come to Asia Pacific, and what is our region in Asia Pacific? Okay, and
Central India.
where is that? Central India. Okay, and in Central India, what I have done? Okay, this is my Central India. So what I try to deploy SQL database, right? Yeah, databases. Okay, in databases, you have categories again. Azure SQL database. Okay, it is up. Central India, it is up now. If it is down, it is indicated with cross mark means. So this particular location is down. So due to that, you are unable to deploy the service. First, you have to verify this one. Then you don't know why it is getting failed again. Okay, then try to redeploy the service. There is option to redeploy. After redeploy also you are unable to do it, then simply you can try to raise a case to the Microsoft, and Microsoft can address your issue. So in order to raise a Microsoft case, you must belongs to the proper subscription. So what subscriptions they are offering? Okay, 4 types of subscriptions, right? In order to raise a case to the Microsoft. So basic subscription, standard, premium, and professional direct. And we have a developer as well. Okay, developer will come up with $29 per month, and the premium can come for $100 per month, and professional direct can come for $1,000 per month. If you are you remembering, guys? I think already I have discussed that part. Correct? Just go to the question mark and sorry. Just go to the question mark, and there is an option called help and support. In this, you must have to belong to either one of the support plan. Otherwise, you cannot create a ticket to the Microsoft. Got it? And there is a SLA also. I have discussed that SLA, developer standard and professional direct. Okay. So what are the advantages with each plan? I have shown already. Got it? Okay. So this is how we can create any service in the Azure, that is database. We'll see the other options in the tomorrow's class. Got it? Everybody understand so far? What you have to do later? Post the class, you come to resource groups and try to delete the entire resource group. So whatever you have created, delete the entire resource group, delete, and you have to enter the resource group name in the drop down box and click on delete. So why you have to delete? Okay, so if you keep this service for next 24 hours, like today it is 9 o'clock, so again the class will start by tomorrow 9 o'clock, right? 7 o'clock. So in between you have 10 hours of time. So what? 24 hours, right? So in that 24 hours, each hour the bill will be generated, and you are unnecessarily paying for Microsoft. If you want to create this service again, I can quickly create it, right, within 2 to 3 minutes. Then why I have to keep it for next 24 hours? Got it? That will not make any sense.
So this condition just for pay as you go, right? Just for free like
This is
addition.
applicable for pay as you go or free subscription also. For free subscription also, please try to remove whatever the services that you have created. So why for the next 24 hours unnecessarily your credits will be they will charge from your credits. Got it? So if you want to create the service again, get it created. It is going to be a kind of practice to you. When you create the one service for multiple times, you will experience the more, right? Got it? My best suggestion is always clear the every resource group once the class is done or once your practice is done. Okay, don't keep it and feel that I will practice after 1 hour or I will do it tomorrow. Let it continue till tomorrow. Okay, don't do such a things. It will simply keep on generating the bill in the backend. Correct? Unnecessarily you have to pay. So my best recommendation is once your practice is done, remove it, and you want to do the practice again, get it created one more time. Okay. All right. If no questions, then probably we can wind up for today. Guys,
Sorry,
again.
Vishal. Yeah, sorry. Actually, this is applicable only for the pay-as-you-go, services. For the free services, we don't need to delete our resource group every time.
That's what I told. You have to delete. Because if you don't delete means this service, whatever that you created for
Even
this
though
service,
even though if I've taken the free services, I need to also delete every time.
free service or free subscription.
Sorry, free subscription.
Okay. So suppose when you observe the Azure database, whatever I have created, it come up with 432 rupees, right, per month. Okay. 432 rupees per month. Per day, what you have to do? Per month, how many days? Roughly 30 days, right? Keep 30. So per day, how much? 14 rupees you are paying. Correct? If you keep your Azure services for next 24 hours, unnecessarily you have to pay 14 rupees. So that 14 rupees, where it will debit from your free subscription only. Free subscription will come up with 13,500 of credits, right? From that credits only, this amount will be debited automatically, even though if it is a free service.
Okay, got it. If I
Okay.
don't delete, then threshold will.
So if you instead of keeping it for 24 hours, if you delete within 1 hour, then 432 by 30, that is 14 rupees per day. 14 rupees by 14 rupees by 24 hours, right? Then what is the price? Per hour, I'm just paying half paisa, 50 paisa, correct? Half rupee. Got it? Even though with this, I can go with pay as you go also, right? I don't have any challenge. Like this, you can minimize the bill.
Basically, what the amount we have like available. So if we just used on daily basis more, then it will be like end within 10 days, 5 days as per requirement, right?
Correct. So if you create your services like 5 to 10 services in Azure and keep it idle for next 5 to 10 days, if it is a free account, then all your credits will gone. Okay. So that's the reason why what I'm telling, whatever the service that you create, post the class, try to vanish everything. If you want to, if you feel that you want to do it again, then get it created one more time. And after that practice, try to delete everything. Because in order to create any service in Azure, it won't take more than 2 to 3 minutes. Correct? So if the same thing I want to do it for on-premise model, I want to demise this service or I want to delete this SQL server or I want to uninstall it. So it will take half an hour, right? Then minimum 15 to 20 minutes for the uninstallation. Again, if I want to create install it again, 15 to 30 minutes again. Correct? That will waste a lot of time. So in such a situation, what I can do, I can keep this service. But in Azure, what happened? Within 2 to 3 minutes, I can create a service. Why I have to keep it for next 24 hours? Got it?
So all the
So
time we just need to like set up one new server, the different name, right?
your wish. So if the same name is available again, get it created to test 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have created, right? With the same name available, then create it again with the same name.
And what about if we have just done some task and created in database and we're working on there? So that will be also gone, and next time
Yep.
we just to set up again, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So because I'm not running any organization and this database is not used for the to restore the database, right? It is just for the practice purpose. Got it? So I can do anything, but in real time, don't delete, guys. Okay. So until unless you get the confirmation from the client and I no need of this database or I no need of this server, then only we will uninstall it. It could be under valid change order or it could be under valid email communication. That's a different part. Okay, I'm not talking about that one, but I'm talking about just in the practice purpose. So whatever the service that you have created, get it cleared every day. Resource group, just go to the resource group. Suppose if you create 10 resource groups, delete all the 10 resource groups. But in real time, don't do it, guys. And if in real time, if you delete the entire resource group, what will happen? There might be a number of services under that resource group. If you delete it, all will be deleted. Then there is a lot of data involved in it, correct? So don't do it in real time. So in practice purpose only, I'm telling that vanish everything so that you will get the minimal bill. This is applicable for free subscription and pay as you subscription as well. Got it? Okay.
Yes.
The link will be available on the same time, will be in that Excel or after some hours?
You will get the notification, right?
Oh,
Okay. So from that you can, so right now, once I stop the class, then the recording will be stopped, right? So then again, it will take some time to download that recording and get it uploaded to that link. Okay. So to do that and all, I think roughly it will take 1 to 1.5 hours. Like by 11 o'clock, you can check it. All right.
okay.
Okay. Thank you all. We'll catch you tomorrow, same time. Be join by 7. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all. Bye.